Okay, well, I got my camp pretty much set up, so I'll give you a little tour. So, my table, my awning, got my heater running, all my other stuff, and a little tidying to do here. And I got my pantry because I don't have a lot of room, so I got to kind of diversify a little bit. I think I already showed you. Got my heat going. Yeah, it's blowing lukewarm right now, but if I need to later, I'll kick it up a notch or two. And see if you can see there, I got my little bedside table. There's my bed set up. My clothes in the corner. And come in and out through the passenger door. Got my lights. So pretty much everything I need. Make her comfortable as possible. So I'm gonna have a little break, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for lunch yet. It's over and above everything else, I forgot to bring water, so I've got no water to cook my soups with. I've got no water to make coffee with. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I guess I'll be melting a lot of snow. So yeah, there's my view down to the lake. And so I'm going to take a little rest here, and then I'm going to start humping gear down there and get my tent set up and maybe do some afternoon, evening fishing before I call it a night and sit around the fire for a while. So there you go. Okay, well, here we are. It's kind of dark in here, but I got the ice hut all set up. And slowly go down outside. And I got my hole cut. So I'll give you a little look. See here, heater's going. It's actually very warm in here, like beyond warm. It's bloody hot, so I'll be turning that down. And so I think I'm going to run up and grab some lights because I forgot them, and come back and maybe fish for an hour or so before I head back up to camp. So on that note, I'm going to run up and do that. Well, here we are, guys. Got our line in the water. A little late, but better late than never. And now that I got a camera on this year, I can promise you nothing good's gonna happen. A good funny story. Last year, I come out, brought a buddy of mine for his very first time ever ice fishing, and we came to this lake, and we were, oh, lighting's terrible, sorry about that. We were across the lake a ways, about halfway, and we'd fished all day. Nothing really happening, no bites, no couple little taps here and there, but nothing too extreme. And he stood up, decided that he was going to have a stretch. His hip was starting to hurt, so he stood up, and he's standing literally with his foot touching the rod holder. And he starts stretching back, and of course me, I'm watching both lines, just helping him out. And all of a sudden that fishing rod went straight down the hole, just shot out, gone. Never had a chance to even stop it. So and of course we didn't have a camera on that, so you know the things that happen when you have cameras and when you don't. So, but here's a little, so we'll just get a little bit of rod action going here and see what happens over the next little while, if anything. And yeah, so let's fish for a bit before we head up and call her tonight. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I hear something walking around on the ice. Let's go have a peek. Because the ice is sure talking all of a sudden. And just up there is my camp. And the rest of the campground is right over there with the boat launch. And I don't know how far you can actually see, but yeah, it goes quite a ways back around to the left. So the ice is definitely plenty thick here. I got about, that's where the white ice starts, so that's probably about 3 to 4 inches, and then yeah, so right to about there, that's how thick the ice is. So yeah, it's got a pretty good layer of ice. I could actually, if I wanted to, bring my side-by-side out and drive that on this ice. Okay, well, it's getting a little dark here, so I think I'm going to start packing it up and go back to camp. Get a nice little campfire going, kick back and enjoy some of my radio stories and whatever, and then call it a night and head to bed. Nice thing is, excuse me, everybody's left for the day, so I am literally and completely on my own. There's nobody here tonight. I didn't see anybody camping aside from myself, so that's not a bad thing. But on the same note, it's a little bit of a safety concern too, so I will call it a night and come back out tomorrow when there's people around, just in case. So with that, I'm going to there you can see my floor. Got lots of room in here. I usually prefer to do no more than 2 people in here. I have done 3, but this is pretty much, like I said, if I wanted to, I got a folding cot. I could put it in here, set up a little table with a cook stove, and I can camp right here on the ice if I wanted to. So it's kind of nice to have that option available to me. So okay, I'm gonna try and do this in the dark. I gotta turn the heater off. Don't need to burn propane all night long for nothing. And we'll turn the valve off. There we go. Get as much shit in my pockets as I can. And I'm gonna take my chair back because I only brought 1 chair. I did forget a few things this trip, which I probably am gonna regret. So, all right. Well, on that note, let's close her up, and we'll come back in the morning. Okay, I think I'll just leave my sled down here tonight. It should be fine. I don't think there's going anywhere. Let's see. Here, that's a little easier. Okay. You want to be careful walking on the ice. It's a courtesy thing for people to mark their holes that they're finished with. Usually stick a branch in them or something, or pile up a good pile of snow or something to indicate there was a hole there, because they take a few days to freeze back over to match the strength of the lake. So you don't want to be walking along and suddenly your big old boot goes through a hole, the leg gets wet, or a twisted ankle, break a leg. You never know what could happen. So all right, we made her back home for the night. So I got my noisy old generator going, charging up some batteries. So I'm gonna shut things off for a bit, and I'll kick back on a little bit later before I go to bed. So well, it's about 8 o'clock in the evening, and pretty quiet out here, as you can see. Everybody's gone. I'm the only camper here. Starting to get a little chilly, but I'm going to sit up and enjoy the fire for a little bit, and then make my way into my bed, see how warm this heater keeps my truck tonight. Last check was about 8 degrees in the truck, so I've turned it up a little bit, and we'll see how it does. So I'll check in one more time before we call it a night. Yeah, good morning, everybody. What a long night. So my diesel heater worked really good. Kept the truck about 15 degrees all night, warm and comfortable. My air mattress seems to have sprung a leak, so I was up all night long trying to, or having to wake up every hour or two, pump it up again, and yeah, so that made for a long night. But anyway, up now, about to get up, start my day. It's just after 7 in the morning, almost 8 in the morning, I guess. Looks like there might be a snowstorm coming in, so I'll keep an eye on that, and get things packed up accordingly. Gonna enjoy a cup of coffee. I know I forgot my water, but I did bring a thermos of coffee, and I decided to save it till this morning, so I've got my coffee, and get up and maybe head down to the lake for a bit, do a little bit of fishing, and then get ready to pack up and call it a day. So I'll see you then. Good morning again, everybody. Yeah, I just took the time, got my camp half. We're pretty much cleaned up and ready to go. So figured I'd come down, hit the water for a little bit, and see if I could pull something today. And yeah, it's not bad. We do have storm weather coming in, so I'm not gonna spend too much time out here, but yeah, I figured I'd come out and give it a try for an hour or two before I pack up and head home. Here we sit, and let's hopefully we can pull something in today.
west of the river, Mississippi mud running in my veins. And on the road is where I found freedom, and hotel rooms is where I found peace. I spent my whole life running my world. It's gonna be a long way home. And it's gonna take my heart and soul, my heart and soul. We started off before I started school. Mom and Dad said we're headed south, we're gonna move. Well, I hung on for a year or two after, but I forgot that house and trail ridge road. I spent my whole life running from my world. It's gonna be a long way home. And it's gonna take my heart and soul, my heart and soul. I only see you now in memories, or in the night on a long drive through. Someday I'll pull off the road somewhere near Easter morning, and I'll find that little church where my family filled the pews. I spent my whole life running from my world. It's gonna be a long way home. It's gonna take my heart and soul. It's gonna be a long way home. And it's gonna take my heart and soul, my heart and soul.
So, one last look at the lake here. Looks like today turned out to be a nicer day than predicted. You say there is a snowstorm coming in, so it should be here sometime later today or tomorrow. It's quiet. There's 5 other people on the lake right now. And there's my setup here. And they say up to 8 people, but I think 2 fit in here quite comfortably. This is just my minimal setup. I usually have a table in here with my cook stove so we can cook a nice warm hot lunch and make coffee or whatever we want. And yeah, these rubber puzzle mats, they're a game changer. Yeah, keep your feet off the ice, be a little bit warmer. They also keep the floor from melting below you, getting a puddle of water and slush and stuff. So that helps out a lot. But fortunately, I don't get to get out more often. But this is my first time this year. But we'll see. Hopefully, I'm planning on another trip in a couple of weeks. We got the BC Family Day weekend coming up, which sadly, sorry, I'm just gonna get the camera sort of situated here. As I was saying, we got a family long weekend coming up in a few weeks. Unfortunately, I do work weekends, so excuse me. So I am planning on trying to get out with my son and daughter-in-law on the family day long weekend. Well, the Monday holiday anyway. And we're going to try some burbot and maybe some lake trout if we can find a good accessible lake. Um, won't be a camping video, but it'll just be a nice day enjoying time with the family, and everybody's agreed to be filmed for it, so we'll do that. But like I said, unfortunately, I do work Saturday, Sunday, so that is actually kind of a good thing because then that leaves Monday to Friday to get out and do some exploring and camping and fishing and whatever else I want to do. It's a little bit tough doing it with when all your friends are at work, but hey, what do? You go out, you go solo. So it's not so bad. It's actually kind of peaceful and relaxing. No rules. Do it. Do what you want to do when you want to do. Listen to what you want to on the radio. Everything like that. So, I will also be going to Vancouver sometime in the coming few weeks, and I plan on doing some maybe see if I can find some neat locations around there to do some filming and come at you with some new content. And my hopes are to put up a new video every second week, maybe more if I can. Sometimes a little bit less, but like I said, time and money is all factor into this. So, but I do have some pretty big plans coming up in the near future or in the distant future. Time will tell, and we'll see how things go. Anyway, enough of me babbling on. Let's watch some fishing.